We're live. Oh, baby, we is live. Oh, baby.
Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till it appears on my other computer. That way I know it's working. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, sick. It's actually working.
Notification.
Oh, you got the notification?
Yeah,
Wow,
it's on my
YouTube.
phone.
So did
Why
I.
would you do that for my videos instead of my live stream?
We all know what they're pushing.
All day. So let's do this. Come to Norcross. I actually go there often for that Gwinnett meet sometimes. Okay.
So
what's
the subject of this?
The subject is we're going to talk about racing, and we're going to talk about because CJ, you autocross.
Mm-hmm.
James does.
I should have brought my helmet up.
And he's done Hillclimb before.
Ooh, that's fun.
And James has done drag racing with his Evo, and we all know how that goes.
Oh, stupid drag racing.
Okay, so we're gonna start that off. I'm gonna introduce myself if nobody's been here, and then we're all gonna introduce ourselves. And if you have social media, plug it. So I'm David Patterson, Thatdudeinblue, running the channel, and we'll move on to Mr. James Modest.
Hey, I am James Modest with Modest Racing. Own Jasmine the Evo. That's been on David's channel multiple times.
Scary, really scary car.
Scary. Oh, just wait. There's new things coming to Jasmine.
Okay, what is left? What is honestly left?
So I decided to end up going just go the 8 injector setup. So we're gonna be running 8 1650s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because when we hit over 1,000, like the turbo just wasn't stressed enough. So we're like, hey, well, why not go more? So I think we're going for like 1,100 now.
Oh wait, is my mic better, guys? Okay, so Mr. James Wood is the other James, and what do you do?
Hey guys, so I've got that blue FC that Dave reviewed. It's my time attack Hillclimb car. Had been building that for about 5 years now. If you guys want to see more of it, go check out my Instagram. It's James FC Wood, and then my YouTube channel is just search James Wood FC Arc 7. You'll find it.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch more stuff on that. So if any of you guys are Rotary fanatics, go check it out.
Yeah, and I remember getting your car, and for some backstory to that day when I reviewed his car, we did it near Clemson in South Carolina, and I needed a place to turn around, and I didn't know where to go, and we came across a Clemson golf tournament.
Yep.
And so we turn around in a parking lot with it going, and people are trying to do their driving range practice.
I waved at a few people like sorry, and literally everybody was just.
You didn't wave. You did this wave. You went to. And of course, Mr. CJ, who's been on the channel a couple times.
What's going on, everybody? CJ, grab the blue Stang, drive a blue Stang that autocrosses. So that pretty much solves that.
And we're obviously the same person because we both have grabber blue Mustangs.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen that new Hoonigan show they do called like a brew with so and so? Pretty cool. But I'm gonna do
yes.
For with but yeah, it's thinking. Oh, so somebody just said DJ David Pooterson. So this will be a fun side subject before we start. So the other day, I love music. It's probably my second love other than cars. And I was like, dude, I just got a mixer and I want to learn and I want people to give me advice as I learn. So I'll just self-teach myself in front of people. And it's the best way. And, it actually went really well. On the second channel, I had about 54 viewers. Not that many viewers, but everybody was giving me input. So I was learning so much. But I had never, ever played copyrighted music on YouTube because I knew better. Except this time. I totally forgot. And the whole stream got blocked worldwide. Like, there's no way to get it back. Like, you can't download it. You can't get the information because it's copyright music.
That mixtape was too fire.
It was right. It's too fire. But it was really, really fun. So everybody who joined on that, thank you for coming. Anyway, so okay, everyone's saying my mic is horrible. How is it horrible? I need to. Is everybody else can hear me, right?
Sounds good to me.
How about now? Is that too much?
No, it still sounds good.
Okay. So, too bad the trailer wasn't. Okay, so James, we had a K1 karting day the other day, and I don't know what K1 is. Essentially, K1 is a karting place that's a national chain. And we went to the one in Atlanta because K1 invited me to go race an event, and it was awesome. But me and James raced each other. Me and James, somebody has their TV up really loud.
Other James comes up with your stuff.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
Okay, and it's muffled. It's all the way up. See, that's too much. Okay. Maybe if okay, that's like feedback now. Give me a second. But anyway, James, how'd you do?
I did pretty good. I was behind Dan, and I think he was behind you. But one of the sessions, I just got stuck behind a lot of people, which wasn't fun. But overall, it was good. Like, I'm not really a karting person, and I weigh like 215 pounds, so that's on me. But it was weird. I learned to not touch that brake because it just locked up the rear wheels and you just slid.
Yeah. Oh, Lillian Roy, thank you so much for that. That super chats mean. I don't even know how to react to it. So, do you know what super chats are, James?
I don't.
They're this crazy new feature that YouTube just brought, where you can donate a little bit of money in order to make your commented highlight. And like, whenever I see it, I get so flattered that I'm just like.
Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
I don't even know what to say. Oh, there you go. Like, Red
That's
just
cool.
showed us. Yeah. So, thank you so much for doing that. So, hey, oh, dude, you did. Oh, guys, it is feedbacking. That is how much it's doing. It's feedbacking. Hold on. How about now? How about now? No. How about now? No. How about no? No. No. See? Feedback.
When people say James is too early, that's fine with James we're talking about. We got like 3 of them, right?
I know, right?
1 second. Okay, like all of my levels are good according to my computer. So I don't know what's going. Okay. How about now? It's really loud now.
We're still getting feedback from other James though, or like echo.
Straight pipe. Yeah, basically, I'm yelling. I'm yelling now.
Oh, my computer has to restart? Not today, champ.
Okay, so people are saying it's background noise. So it's all background noise.
Yeah.
And I literally hear feedback every time I'm talking about it.
Good God, that's loud. I can hear someone's
Jake, your
neighbors.
background noise is just way too loud.
Working it. I'm working it.
Just mute yourself for a second,
We're doing
James.
it live.
Okay, yeah. How about now?
I was about to drop an F-bomb. That probably was not going to be appropriate.
Oh, sick. Okay. Okay, there we go. Everybody said turn their TVs off if they have them on. Apologies, guys.
Everybody's TV's off.
So essentially, what's it called? Hold on. Okay, so CJ, have you done any autocrossing recently?
We did the last one, which was the last one of the year because it gets too cold, obviously. About a month ago, and it was when I was in training. So I was like, oh man, I actually got to like really see if I could pull this off. And we did. I had to change out tires and everything like that, which was a lot of fun. And we ended up getting there, and I beat my buddy who has a GT350, and that's always been the benchmark too, is to see like how fast I can go against the GT350. So, and he can drive. Like, he's been doing this for a couple of years now, so it's a good standpoint to do it across. And the car can handle, man. Like, I have RE71Rs now, and that just changed the entire game. Like, when I came to Georgia to do the autocross at Grid Life, I had my like Kumos, which are just street tires. They're really trash.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was able to drive on that, somehow I got third place there. I don't even understand how. I really don't get that. I think that's a mistake, and that's fine. But the fact was that I was on street tires. So if I was on a better prep, I think that it'd probably be a lot better of a result. But still a lot of fun, man.
Cool. So Boss Father, thank you for that very much. And he says, please follow my channel. And you're my dear brother. Keep up the good work on your end too, man. That's how it goes. Both Jameses know that lifestyle when it comes to doing small level YouTube channels and how hard it is to grow. And so some people say, what do you want to do to the Hatch S13? Honestly, I'm going to tell that whole story. So the Project R Challenge with Rob Ferretti, I sent the car out to Vegas, got it on a truck, and it was spotted by a ton of you guys, which was really cool. And you shared it, and I was like, whoa, there's my car out in the middle of nowhere. And that was like kind of nerve wracking. So then I essentially went to Vegas. I did the Project R Challenge.
You're the dog.
Flew back home and flew back for SEMA. And then the Project R, so the car sat there in Vegas, and a truck driver came to go get it. He took one look at it, was like, no, I'm not going to do this. And so he tried to get it on there without any 2x4s or anything. And so he was like, no, I'm not going to load it. So he just bailed. A hired truck driver didn't go for it. And he just left. So 2 more weeks go by, and another truck driver finds it. He gets it, loads it, and then he's like, hey, the car's loaded, right? I'm like, oh my God, thank God I can get my car back. A month has passed by now. A whole month. And he says, it's loaded. I'll see you in 5 days. I go, great. I text him. I go, hey, what's your ETA on the 5th day? And he goes, I haven't left Vegas yet.
Huh.
I'm like,
becomes alcoholic.
What?
That's not going to be
he's
okay.
like, I got orders for more cars here. So I just decided to just stay. I'm like, oh my God. So finally showed up 3 more days later. And then I finally got the car back 2 days ago, and the kill switch was broken in the car, so it can't start.
Jeez.
So besides that, did you notice anything else that like happened to the car during transit? Because I hear
just now the car doesn't drive anymore because how do you break a kill switch? I don't even know.
I don't know how they did that.
Thank you, Paul Crispin. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. But yeah, that was unreal about shipping companies. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe how much of a hassle that was. But it's in my garage now, so we're good. But
I had to ship Jasmine years ago, and I was terrified. Back when I lived in Hawaii, when I had Jasmine, I had to ship her to the States when I moved back over, and I was terrified. And then they ended up when I called to try to get the date that I could come pick it up, they said that they had no record of my car being shipped. So I had to go to one paperwork like, no, I brought it to you guys. I paid you guys. You shipped it. It needs to be here, And an hour-long conversation on the phone. They finally got it. I got to go over and get it, and my wheels had curb rash on them. The mirror was messed up. I mean, I hate shipping cars now.
No, it's a mess, and it just sucks because to jump to that enclosed level, it's double the money. Like, it's not like a little bit more. It's double the money. It would have cost to get my car out to Vegas and then enclose. It would have cost about $2,300.
Really?
Like, no way. And I got the open for $900. So I was like, I drive the car all the time. I'm not too concerned. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
It was fine.
we shipped that. Dave, do you remember the STI I was telling you that we built a couple years ago? We shipped that from, I think it was LA to Thailand to Bangkok.
Right.
And that was, I think that was like $5 or $6 grand. And that was just to get it into its own little, like its own container to get over there.
No.
Luckily, it got over there. It didn't have any problems that like happened during shipping, which we were thankful about. But that thing was so expensive.
Yeah, and it's just so funny too, because I mean, when it's your pride and joy, you're like, oh my god, don't. But you have to almost have like a friend tell you it's just a car. You know, like it's like, even though it's gonna be there later, you need to have a friend tell you like it's just a car. It's gonna get to you eventually. And
Yeah.
It's like, but this time around, I was worried. I was like, I'm not gonna. And I, to the point where when I got the call about the car, I forgot about my own car. Like it had been that long to where I was like, oh yeah, my car's in Oklahoma somewhere. Right.
Oh, you should have told me to come pick it up, man. I would
should
have driven
have.
it back.
Here we go.
I'm telling you.
But no, the 240 and the 240, it never overheated in Georgia with my new cooling system. Never. And then I get it to Vegas, first 3 laps overheats. I'm like, son of a gun.
Hey, you have the Chase Bay's tuck radiator, right?
The fans are terrible.
Okay, because I have the same radiator, but I'm going bigger fan, so I'm glad.
I'm gonna use Spall fans probably. I mean, those things are just wicked.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Regular Cars for showing up. Mr. Regular is a good friend.
Hey.
Awesome guy. But CJ, have you ever had to ship a car?
No, actually, I bought my car in Florida and I drove it all the way from Florida to Oklahoma.
That's right.
That was a lot of fun. Probably saved me a lot of money because I was looking at it and it was like the same thing. It was going to cost me a couple $100 and I just bought the car. So I was like, let's not spend more money. So I bought plane tickets and drove it all the way back. It was a hell of a time though. That was like the best way to do it.
Yeah, and especially if it's a new car, you're excited about it. You're like, I want to drive this as long as I can. Like when I first got Smurf, I did a road trip in it a month later to Jacksonville, Florida from Virginia to visit family. And I was so stoked about it. I did a million pulls. I was the shit out of this car. Excuse my language, but literally that's what it was. And I get to Jacksonville and I pull in my uncle's driveway and I literally get out of the car. And I go, hey, I know, I just got here. You want to go for a ride? Like, I literally just wanted to keep driving. And he goes, yeah, sure. And he was a car guy. And I did a pull across this bridge that was like only 2 lanes. And it had Jersey walls on each side. So it was a sketchy little bridge. And there was a white Suburban behind me that was an undercover.
Oh, great.
I did a second gear pull from 40, like holding the RPMs, and I dumped it. Hey,
Did you get pulled?
People. What are y'all doing? Oh, say hi. Nice
hello.
Blanket.
Hi, Chris.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So awkward. Okay.
I do look like a
apparently
potato.
CJ, you're a potato. Yeah.
It's because I'm on my cell phone. Yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, yeah, that'll be fine. They said that girl in red. Yeah, you are in red. So what's funny is me and James Wood were talking earlier about like what's going on, and right now I have to currently leave this house soon because it's a rental company, so they raise the rent every lease, and it's just getting too ridiculous. So now we're hunting for a house, and wow, being a car guy and picking out a house, you are the pickiest prick. You are the pickiest.
We close on our house this Thursday, like the day after tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it was like today we went to go see one and had a 4-car garage. And I was like,
Oh.
done. Like, I was like, this is it. This is the one. But yeah, and then we found out it didn't have high-speed internet. So
Like at all? Like you
The
can't.
garage though.
so yeah, I know. I'm like, so hey, local service provider, how much would it be to wire in? But like, it's so nuts how like you have that net neutrality stuff going on. Have you heard about that? How
Yeah.
there might be some new laws to where it's like fair game to slow down different websites if you have different brands of cable and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So hopefully
Yeah, that's a lot of politics in that.
Yeah, well, the only reason I bring that up is because there's just not enough internet choices. If I can't get a house a little bit more in the country and I can't choose what provider I want, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's really weird. Anyway, moving on. Let me think. So Blue Jay-Z is home. My drift coupe is a mess, but I put together the trans and the engine. So that works. And I also got another project car that only these guys know about, which is even better. And I'm sure everybody,
Yeah, you did talk about that.
friggin' everybody
Yeah.
will guess it. I pretty much have given hints about it for years. But it's not expensive. If everybody thinks it's some supercar or something, no, it's not.
But it's fun.
Don't
It's
lie,
really
David.
fun.
You got a Lambo.
Yeah, okay.
Huracan sitting in the garage.
Isn't that interesting though? Is like how YouTube has such a range of creators that when you're on YouTube at all, like if you have any kind of following, everybody assumes you could just go buy like a Koenigsegg. It's like, no. We all have to pay rent, we all have to pay mortgage, whatever we got to do. We're not all the cancerous Jake Pauls of the world.
Ooh.
Sorry. I'm
Ooh.
just saying.
Oh man, someone's gonna come after you.
Who? I'm an automotive YouTuber who's trying.
Oh, shit.
What do you got? Hey,
Hey,
there's people.
Where's the party?
there's the
Can't
party.
see any.
Alfie with the supercharged
Oh,
M3
yeah.
and Kendra.
Let me see. Lots of people are saying our Honda's good cars. Yeah, they are for first car. They're really good.
I love Hondas. I have a Honda. I daily the
Oh, yeah.
S2K.
That's right.
I tried to kill
Yeah.
a Honda Accord once. Didn't happen.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I'm pretty sure there was no oil in that thing for a while.
You know who else didn't have oil one time? James Coon.
Yeah,
I know what
why you
you're
got to
talking
bring
about.
that up? Of everything to bring up.
So years ago, this is what 4 years ago about.
Yeah, probably more than that now. Actually, probably about 5 or 6.
Yeah. Okay. So about 5 years ago, when me and James first kind of knew each other, he had his car at a shop. I think this is the story, right? You had your Evo at the shop, and they fully built the motor and everything, but then they didn't put oil in it, and then they started it.
So basically, what happened was I went on deployment, left my car with a friend. The friend didn't really take great care of it, and then so I wanted to get away from the friend. And everyone was talking about this new shop in the area, like, hey, they're really cool guys that help you out, all that stuff. So while I'm deployed, I had Sean and Nate, and some of our other friends. They went and grabbed my car, brought it to this shop. Awesome. So I came back basically at the time that they were like finishing the build. And while I wasn't there, they decided, they finished the car, full build, everything. They started the car, and then they were wondering why it was making this weird noise. So instead of turning the car off and diagnosing, they decided to rev the car
Oh my god.
to make the sound louder so that they can then diagnose it. And then all of a sudden, someone that was standing next to the car realized that all the oil that they put in, they forgot to put the drain plug back in. So all the oil just went right out the bottom onto the shop floor, and they just
My God.
ruined my brand new full build.
No.
That whole
Wow.
Segue, Intimidator, I did not forget about you. He says, I felt the same way when I got my first new F-150. I just wanted to drive it around a lot, but I got the chance to take it for a short road trip from Omaha for a convention. Yeah, I think it's even better when you're in your new car and you're on a mission. You know, it's like, I'm going to go, first, my journey is going to be awesome in my new car. Then I get to do awesome things once I'm done. And I'm going to do more awesome things while driving back. You know, when you get that new car you get, it's always a really good time. I'd cry if somebody started my car with no oil. Yeah, me too. I would cry.
I did.
I
was a grown man crying.
Wow. That's bad.
Oh,
dude, I need a truck.
Speaking, dude, we've all had bad luck with oil stuff. I just realized.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Hey, CJ in the building.
Hey, how's it
calling CJ. Hi, McDonald's. Can I have some ice cream? Ice cream machine's down. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
So,
McFlurries for tonight.
No. So CJ brought his car to get serviced one time because he wanted an oil change.
Yeah.
And
well, no. So I'd like to take it to the dealership, especially to get oil changes because it's a brand new car, yada yada yada, and they have free oil changes for whatever reason. And so I go in and everything, and I was going for work to another place for a couple weeks or whatever. So I get the oil change, come on back, turn on the car, and then I hear oh shit, she's probably asleep, but whatever. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, I turn off the car and I think, you know what? This can't happen to me. So I turn the car back on again. And then it totally continued. And I was like, yep, there's some knocking in my car. Yeah, there was a piece of metal that apparently did not get flushed out that was in the oil filter, and it kind of got sucked up into it, and it just decided to float around in my engine bay, and it was like, hey, dude, how's it going? So it was knocking, and I answered. Yeah, that was fun. That's a really sore subject. I'd rather not talk about that because then I was supposed to come visit you that weekend, and it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's so true. Sorry, guys. Feedback. Essentially, CJ was super stoked. You're like, dude, I can't wait to come over to Atlanta, all this stuff. Because it was going through, if you guys remember. It was
when you were in Virginia still.
No, it wasn't Virginia.
I was supposed to pick up Evan and then go to Virginia.
That's right. You're going to pick up Evan Shanks in Arkansas, right? Or in Dallas?
Arkansas. Because he used to live up in Arkansas then.
Right. And then my issue is that the first 2J I had in my 240SX, that one was terrible. We replaced the valves and seals. We did everything we could, but no matter what, it burned oil and then finally lost compression in cylinder 5 while I was on a road trip in Virginia, 500 miles away from my house.
I remember about that.
Yeah, so that was a bad day. But I two-stepped it until the motor died. I was like, I'm done. And then I shipped it back. That was the first time I had it. See, my first shipping experience was amazing. It was one dude with one enclosed trailer, attached to a truck. I go, here you go. And he goes, see you in a little bit. Drove all the way back to Atlanta, got my car. It was that easy. Anyway, somebody just said, David, I have a 2014 Grabber Blue GT and an S13 hatch, and he lives in Atlanta. Like,
there you go.
Who are you?
It's your twin.
We're related. Oh, David, you copy everyone else who has blue cars.
Jeez, please.
Dude.
So James,
hey,
James Wood. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
James Wood, you should talk about your Hillclimb STI you used to drive a lot and how it never worked.
Oh.
Okay, so there were two Hillclimb STIs. The one that I drove a lot was a 2013 hatch. And basically, I took it to the Dragon once, and there were so many issues with it. For one, the turbo was a 9180 EFR. The thing never stayed in boost. The anti-lag was not working right on it. Like the whole story of that event was the car wasn't done, and it was Friday in Charlotte. We had to be at the Hillclimb for drivers meeting at 7 a.m. We finished the car, I think, around 1 or 2 a.m. in Charlotte. And then we hopped in both the STIs and drove through the night to the tail of the Dragon to get to the Hillclimb. And the tune really wasn't done. Anti-lag didn't work. the Motec was kind of just helping everything and making it work. But yeah, we ran it. Every turn I had a left foot brake and just matted to keep it in boost. And then later that day, the shop actually put the wrong sized oil drain line in it. So it was just pushing oil at the turbo. And I want to say it ate like a quart, just pushed it out of the turbo. That was terrible. Because I remember I got black flag coming down. They're like, hey, anytime you get on it in your car, it's just pouring blue smoke at the back. We're like, great, that's fun. So we decided to just we threw oil in it, kept running it because obviously I drove all that way. We worked all that much on the car, so I was going to run. But that one was just crap. Honestly, it was a terrible car.
Well, James Kuhn feels you on that stuff. Big turbo 4-cylinder stuff. Yeah.
The other STI was great. The one that's in Thailand now, that thing was perfect. It had a smaller turbo. It was a 7163 EFR. That thing was great. That thing would rip, and its anti-lag worked a lot better than the one on the blue car.
Dude, after having that GTX and the 2J car, I will never not buy a GTX turbo if I ever turbo anything.
Really?
It is
Dude, I was really
so crazy.
I was really impressed with it.
He
I really like.
It's just nuts. I mean, full boost at 3,200 RPM.
Yeah.
Unreal.
The GTX reminds me of the EFR. They're I'm sure someone might hate on me for that. I don't know that much about turbos. I have an NA Rotary, so
yeah,
there's that. But from the turbos that I've driven, it's been a lot of EFRs and some Garrett's, but never a GTX. And it was really good to sit in the car and feel when the boost came on and just how fast it spooled up.
Yeah, I mean, first gear you can't really use it. Second gear it's too short of a gear, and then third it's just okay. Bye. James has been in it too.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Other James has, and I remember James Modest said this doesn't feel like a 240. You're like, this feels more like a Skyline.
Dude, it didn't, because I mean, as you know, I've had a bunch of 240s, but of course I've had the normal 240s where all the bushings are shot and it's rattling. So your car that literally feels so stiff and so planted, it just didn't feel like a 240 anymore. I mean, it felt good.
That's true.
But it gave me a whole new, now I'm excited to do my S15 because, man, that felt good.
Know what's possible.
Absolutely.
Fortune, coils, all that stuff.
Dude, Fortune's the best, man. I love Fortune.
You're also sponsored by them.
It's
so am I sometimes.
But
I'm not sponsored by them, and I love them.
Yeah, no, I
there
used
you
to
go.
I used to live right by Fortune Auto, and they're really, really great guys. Okay, so let me think. DJ, do you remember our Autocross battle at Grid Life? That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. You drove Jeff's car. I'm pretty sure you redlined it, and Jeff was he was a little scared. He was a little bit what's going on? That car's not in his possession anymore, so he has a new WRX, so I'm sure he's happy about it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I think it was really interesting because they didn't have you walk the course, which is you usually do. It was pretty much hey, go out there, figure it out, and if you get it wrong, whatever. And then 90% of people went out there and drifted it because they were seeing a bunch of cars drifting, and they're like, hey, who could drift for $10 or less? This guy. And then they go out and they turn off traction control and have fun.
That's how most autocrosses turn out, I feel like. That's how our autocrosses at Clemson go.
Oh, really? Ours, we pretty much are no, you don't do that. So.
Is it SCCA or who governs it?
It's SCCA. It wasn't
Okay,
SCCA at Maxis though. It was SCCA rules, but they didn't have real classes there. And I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Whose man's is directing this?" So
yeah. SCCA, they always when we used to autocross way back in the day. Even back then, anytime you if your back end slid, if it looked like an accident, cool, go ahead. But if you if you tried to spin that thing, they'll kick you off real quick.
Yeah, SCCA will get mad. We used to. Thank you. We used to. Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
We used to
big
have a brew with session. Yeah, like, so I used to be the president of the Clemson Sports Car Club, and fun fact, it's the oldest collegiate car club in the country. But by NASA, and then we changed from them, and we basically made up our own class system. It's super simple.
So
It's like 6 classes.
We're gonna get Alan Kearns in here, who helped me build my 240.
Oh, Alan's coming in here?
Yeah.
Oh, what up?
He might start a YouTube channel soon. So, and
Everybody starts YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like I always encourage it to give it a try.
Dude,
If you don't
YouTube.
like it, you don't like it. It's fine. Just give it a try because it's it's accessible. Anybody can do it. It's amazing.
I mean, I started my channel like last December or January, mainly just to post track videos, but then started doing like install videos and kind of vlogging and doing videos for like all of our track events. Yeah, it's been so much fun.
Divine, thank you so much for that super chat. And Tommy F, yeah, he is an awesome guy. If you don't follow Tommy F, yeah, you should definitely follow him. Great guy. One of my favorite YouTubers to hang out with. And yes, I used to do Forza streams on Twitch, and then Twitch never gave me a partnership. They said I was never going to be able to partnership, and if I did partnership, I was not allowed to stream on YouTube anymore. So
they told you that?
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not about
That's
that.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
That's insane.
Well, yeah, I met all the requirements, and it never ever.
James.
So give me a message.
I felt left out.
It's okay.
Sorry,
I feel like I should like be in the garage with the FC in the background.
Hey, be about it. I don't see why not. Oh no. Oh no, Jeff, it did. And thank you for the super chat. That's crazy. I can't believe.
Dang, someone blew up a
It
video.
already went boom boom. How
Wow.
did it go boom boom?
I have no idea. How could that ever happen? Cooper.
There's a will, there's a way.
Freaking James Kuhn. Do you remember Matt Menzel and Ian? Both of their minis both blew up. Both of them, I think, did.
Really?
Were they the supercharged or were they the turbo
They
ones?
were both supercharged,
Oh, that's
and they
probably why.
both had pulleys on them. So, yeah.
Well, Matt
So-
kept throwing like everything he possibly could at that little thing.
Yeah.
He just sent it. He's like,
Yeah.
get that on there.
Get that on
How
there.
much boost on there? Let's go.
One of my
Happens.
good buddies actually blew up his mini, and then it turned into a twin charge mini. So he's been doing that for the past 4 years.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay,
There's
so-
video on it on my channel.
This is super random. I'm about to post a video. A picture on Instagram that's like hilarious because
It's
So-
bright.
History Channel contacted
That is
me
right.
and they wanted me to do something with the new show or the new season of that show Vikings that they do. It's really well made.
Yeah.
And so they sent
Yeah,
me
I've seen that.
a Viking horn like from the show, like a legit
What?
like
That's awesome.
like legit, and they go, we want you to do an Instagram post for Vikings and do whatever you want and we'll approve it. So I think you all will laugh. So
Man,
I
I'm not
just
thinking
posted it.
anything appropriate right now. Just a horn.
Right.
okay, so I
Will
did-
approve anything sounds like a challenge.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
about that. Nothing gets you more.
That could get questionable.
So so basically Chris Durr, who used to have the Black Barney Evo, he got a nitrous G8. That's
It's badass, by the
500
way.
It is badass, and he said there's 1,000 miles left on these slicks. You can do whatever you want with them. So bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. It was perfect timing because I got the Vikings sponsored thing in the mail, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do a freaking burnout with a Viking horn. I'm gonna do it. And I drove 20 minutes north on a back road, and I just did it.
Did,
Awesome.
Did you
I'm
get
gonna have a
pulled
video
over?
of it too.
Like my Christmas tree video?
No, I did not. I made sure I was out of there.
Oh, man. Yeah, for anybody that's curious, I got a reckless driving ticket for doing a burnout with a Christmas tree in the back of the race car Friday. And the video is on my channel if you want to go see it.
Deck the
It was
halls,
good.
duh.
It was a good burnout. The cop did not find me hilarious at all.
How
Thank
many
you to
did you
everybody
have?
watching the stream who just saw the photo. Here, let it kind of. Oh wait, let me
No,
go
that's
back.
the comments.
That's so,
Yeah, sorry.
dude. That's so bright. We can't see that.
Look at that.
I know,
She-
for real. Oh. Is that a horn in there? I really don't.
Yeah. So we had.
Dude, I'm just pulling this up on my phone.
We had our friend Tanner hang out the back window with the Viking horn as they didn't make us crash. So that's what I focused on.
Okay, that's badass. That's awesome.
So how is the G8 though?
It might be my favorite picture I put on Instagram. But anyway, go ahead, James. Sorry.
What's like? So I know Chris just came down here and got the G8. Like, I mean, how is it? I mean, I know it's hooked up.
It's the perfect car for him, man. Like,
Yeah, good.
It's just like the Taurus SHO, but just like a little bit more torque down low and
A little more raw.
Yeah, a little more raw. And because like the SHO is good in one specific way. It's super composed and it runs 12s and it's 5,000 pounds. I mean, it's amazing. But
Ultimate soccer mom.
But this D8 on nitrous runs 1080s on a quarter mile.
Really?
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like it. Like you floor it and it sounds awesome, but it does not feel like a 1080 car, which is a compliment. Like it feels like it just does it.
Yeah.
But no, I at the end of that burnout, it was kicking its tail out pretty hard. And I was like, ruh-roh. And I felt like this. It was awesome. But no, it was.
Is there anything done to that trans?
I'm sorry.
Is there anything done to the trans in that car, or is it
I'm actually not
factory?
sure. Not
Okay.
sure at all. Lambo guy, I talked about that earlier. I talked about that, Twitch didn't want me to do it. But another thing about that too is that Forza 4 was my favorite to do that on because you can make a server and you could say Thatdudeinblue server, come join. Now you have to individually invite everybody one by one, and that takes forever.
Such a pain.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know why
Is that a dongle?
PS4 and Xbox made their interfaces so much more complicated. Like they made things so much harder.
They just need to make it 360. Like if we can just bring back the OG 360, I'd be the happiest man alive. Just saying.
Yeah. So that was, dude, doing that picture was like, one dude came out of his house and was like, "What the hell?" And we're like, "Goodbye!" As there's this giant cloud behind it.
Awesome.
And poor Alejandra was left on the side of the road. She filmed it, and I had to turn around.
She's like, guys.
Yeah, she just laughed about it. She was like, okay. And when I came back, she looked like some mythical being with smoke behind her. Oh, it's like
That's dope.
Mortal Kombat character on the side of the road picking up. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. Freaking. Dude, it's so funny because I want to keep driving the Blue 240, but I have to order a new kill switch. The other thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Alan, where you at, though? You're supposed to do this.
People are still mad about your mic, apparently.
Dude.
Because it sounds like you're pinging against metal. That's all. Like for whatever reason, it sounds like you're like talking against like a fishbowl. It's not bad. It's just,
How about now?
I don't know.
Keep talking.
Okay, the reason it sounds like it's banging against metal is because you wanted me to turn it up, and that causes feedback. That's why.
That sounds good. I don't know why people just don't turn up their speakers.
Just turn the thing all the way up.
Blow out whatever speakers you have, guys.
You sound good now to us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You've always sound fine. It's just a little.
Hey, I got the email about the live stream that we're all
I don't
in.
know.
Hey, by the way, you should watch this.
That's good. Yeah.
Hey, David. So we just went down to Miami and got Brianna's Evo 10 tuned by Chris Carby.
You should drop me off in
Wait,
Miami.
he's in Miami now?
Well, no, he just went down to AG Autosports to do a tuning trip. So we loaded up her Evo 10 with the new Sidewinder 62, 66, brought it down there, spent the night down there, and ended up getting tuned. So her car's like done with the new setup. Everything is pretty and at a safe 536 horsepower, I think she put down.
Is that E85?
Yep.
Got it.
Yep, at 30 psi. I mean,
30
car
psi.
Dang,
God.
that's crazy.
car did absolutely great. You know, went through the entire tuning session without any issues whatsoever. So she's happy.
Yeah. Oh my
Yo!
God.
Look who's here.
I'm a little late for the party, guys.
It's okay. Hey, Alan, would you mind introducing yourself for everyone?
Hi, everyone. My name is Alan. I'm a technician at Evolve Tuning. I'm with Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
And they're
Hi,
currently
Kyle.
going through McDonald's.
Kyle is our DJ
Y'all got
Hey.
sprinkles?
for the
Y'all got
initial.
sprinkles on McDonald's?
Hey, get us a McFlurry.
Yeah,
You
I
won't.
want some ice
Ice cream
cream.
machine's down.
How's everybody doing today?
Oh my God, what is that sound?
I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
Hey, Alan, how do you like that S15 in your garage?
It's broken.
It's definitely goals. Definitely goals.
It's pretty. You can say it's pretty.
Any more than I have to because it makes me a little sad that I only have an S14. But it's definitely a beautiful car, man. I know.
Alan,
I know it's the setup you want.
Well, not anymore now that I heard about what's going on with it.
No, you don't. You
Sorry,
don't.
I had a call come in.
It's all good.
You're okay.
Hey James,
Yo.
how do you feel that your baby's done?
Yes, I've been talking to Edwin like all day today, and you guys like made my really crappy day a whole lot better.
Wait a minute. You told me earlier you had a good day, James.
Yeah, because this is after the whole Supra information came on.
Oh, whoops, my bad. I think I just kind of ruined that surprise.
Oh no, you didn't
Oh,
ruin
man.
anything. You're fine.
Okay.
I'm glad that everything worked out with that.
It's fun. Everyone just forgot that I had a Supra for a while.
Well, honestly, James, you didn't have a Supra. You had some kind of car that just did not work.
Wait.
So you know how all the cars have names? The name of the Supra is the Headache. It's not even. There's
There
no
you go.
clever name. There's nothing to like get cuddly with at the end of the night. No, it's
So, you go to Dyno the Headache today?
yeah. Hey, what car are you gonna take today? Oh, I'll take the Headache.
David was
Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure because I don't have headphones. I'm in the car.
David, was
Not
James's
right.
Supra the one that showed up when you were reviewing my car in Clemson? Was that a different Supra?
No, his Supra was sitting at Evolve Tuning.
Oh, okay.
Womp womp.
Is it the multicolored one?
All black
Okay.
interior.
It's complete
Oh, no.
opposite.
If it was the
It's black.
multicolored one, that would really be an issue right now.
That's a dream of 8 seconds. He's wanting to see a solid 8 or 9 out of that car within the next year. So
All right. Oh, Alan, we're gonna bring the Rotary to your shop at some point.
Just to do the Dyno is Right, our new show.
I'm down with it.
Yeah. We're gonna bring the FC. We're gonna throw it back on the dyno.
Let's do it.
We just gotta find some time.
I'm gonna talk about something with that. So if you guys didn't see it, we did a new show called The Dyno is Right, where it's essentially like a guessing game with the dyno. And so we put a Suzuki Cappuccino on there as the first episode, so people have to go and guess what the number is, and whoever wins first in the comment section gets a free T-shirt. So that's what it is, my dear. Trevor, I'll just see the afterwards.
I'm just gonna say real quick.
In front of people like, so let's talk cars. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it.
I saw someone asked if they should buy an FCRX7, and the answer is yes. You should always buy an FCRX7. Yeah. Someone asked in the I've got the live stream up. I'm looking.
Okay, so anyway,
Buy one.
so back to what we were talking about, the dyno thing is we got a lot of emails of people wanting to get on the show. The only catch is that the dyno isn't free. Like, it's a business, and I don't get a dime of that money. So people don't realize they need to pay a little bit to get on the dyno for the show, because it's just like doing a dyno pool for any other day. So that's how a lot of people have gotten turned off. Going, oh, it's not free. I can't just come on the show and get on. Like, it's labor cost, and I'm sorry, but that's the only reason that a lot of people haven't gone on the show. We've had one other car do it, and one was a snake.
What dyno do you use?
The Evolved dyno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you guys have a dyno jet, I want to say?
Yeah. Oh, actually, hey, Alan.
Yes, sir.
Does your dyno record AFRs and stuff?
I'm sorry?
Does your dyno record like AFRs?
Yeah, do you have a tailpipe sniffer?
Yes, we do have a NMA wideband set up on it. So.
Perfect.
Nice.
Then I will be a happy camper. So let's do it.
Calibrate it every time before we use it. So I mean, it's pretty dead on.
Cool. Then let's do the FC.
Be about it. What's your guess, James?
What's my guess of what it'll make? We're gonna say a solid like 160.
Oh man, that's it for the Dorito power. Come on.
His car's really fun to drive, but it's just like it goes on.
So it's I'll just give a quick little rundown of the FC for you guys. I mean, it's a S4. It's an NA 13B with a massive street board on it, and the crown jewel of that car is the 488 rear end that it has.
Huh.
Oh, so yeah, but somebody said so. People actually thought it was free. I could see why they think it's free because it's a YouTube show, but it's just hard.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
Anyway,
I'll be right back.
So somebody had let's see. How come nobody plays with M2s? I see FDs, but a few M2s. Mostly because it's hard to work on. That's the most common thing I hear, anyway.
Mid-engine, it's hard to work on a mid-engine kind of thing.
I mean, look at
But
this.
they are little go-karts, man.
Yeah, they're great weight balance ratio and everything.
I love it.
Pretty big in my.
Oh.
David, I gotta get with you. We gotta schedule a few Dyno is Ready videos.
What kind of cars?
There's a Miata, a truck, 240s,
Okay.
and can't remember what else.
This super clean black Supra.
Well, I'll come by. I'll probably come by tomorrow, and then we can talk drift coupe stuff and the dyno drive stuff.
Straight sixes sound good. We've got one in the garage.
I wouldn't know, Dude, my 2J doesn't even really like. You can ask Alan the day they put that motor together and they drove it to Import Alliance. Like that day, they drove it to Import Alliance after putting it in the car. My 2J sounds super different. Like it has like all turbo spool. That's all it is. You almost just hear a little tiny growl, and then it's just all spool, open dump.
I wouldn't be mad with that.
It's pretty.
I was surprised how quiet your car was.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I will jump back on here in a few when I get set up, when I'm out of the car and whatnot. So,
Okay, sounds good.
see y'all soon.
Later.
So yeah.
Can't wait to get my McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to sign out of this. What do I do?
Do you think you still like
Grandma.
Freaking.
What are you? Oh my god.
I think I'll give everybody a hint about the new project car, and it's
Ooh.
kind of like all 90s cars.
Ooh.
But the one for one's a 90s car.
Get this thing.
Second,
What the?
nearly impossible to find one clean.
This
You have,
is
you have an animal on you?
yeah. It's Kendra's that's my girlfriend's massive guinea pig. The thing weighs like 3 pounds.
Dude, that's pretty much near a cat
Yeah,
size.
it's like-
Yeah. He's huge. There you go. Here, can you take him back?
He's gonna be like, "This is fame, bro." Like,
Most famous guinea pig on YouTube right now.
oh my goodness. You should call him Kanye, please.
This is a weird dog, somebody says.
It's David. David says it's a weird dog.
I didn't know. I didn't say that. Somebody else said that. That's funny.
What are you doing?
David,
Yes.
Oh my god.
it's a pig.
I know. I just said a commenter said that. I did not say that.
Oh, a commenter said
Well-
something, dog.
Who said that?
Just some
I
commenter.
don't know.
I feel like this is
The
like
pig is
the
better than my
advertisement.
family's dog.
I'm defending
Well,
the commenter.
We were about to
Was
talk
it
about the project
Mo
car.
F-Box.
Okay.
My guinea pig. I'm not
Oh
done,
my god.
bitch. My
Whoa,
guinea
calm
pig
down.
is the bee's knees.
Bees knees.
All right.
So the bee's knees.
Okay.
Better than your
I will-
FC.
I will
Not
write
better
that
than my
down
FC.
in my notebook. That's the bees knees.
All right. Bye, pig.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. That-
Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. So the project card that I'm going to unveil soon, because I don't have a choice because content during the winter is very hard to do. Not a lot of people want to drive cars in the winter time, but even though it's warm here, they just have that mindset of it's cold, even though it's 62 degrees. It was really hard to find. The owners were questionable a lot of the times, and I saw 4 of them. I went through 4 of them, and I drove sometimes 2 hours.
The owners were questionable.
As in, like, they would post this is any car.
It's an Evo. It's an Evo.
It's
Why,
not an
right?
Evo. Look.
Questionable
Alright,
owners. Come on.
You and I lived in the Evo capital of the world, which is Virginia
Yeah, we
Beach
did.
in Norfolk. Like,
Yeah.
there's more Evos in that place than anywhere in my life. Like, growing up in Richmond, Virginia, I saw one Evo, from age like 8 to 20. And then when I moved to Virginia Beach, I'm like, oh, what? But then I learned the truth. I learned the truth about them. And then I beat Nate with a stock Coyote. Ha!
Ooh. Dang. Those are fighting words.
Well, it's true, and he hated it. And that's why his Evo is like 800 horsepower now.
Oh, that's good. There you go.
That's one way
Anyway.
to do it. No one holds a
Love
grudge.
it.
That is
better
one
than
way.
that.
For people, Sean and all them were great. Sean had Nessa, the white Evo 10 from 2014. Whoever remembers that. But
I remember that.
it was not an Evo. It's a different side of the car culture that most people kind of start with. So
It's a Ford Festiva.
no,
right?
But Clemson Autocross did. They had a Ford Festiva.
We do have a Ford Festiva. Oh, actually, we have 2 SVT Focuses now.
Dude, I've always wanted to
So
drive
we-
one of those just to see what they were like.
We bought one for $300. It didn't run. And then we bought one for $900 and it doesn't have reverse.
Nice.
You don't need reverse.
And then we have the Ford Festiva. So we have 3 Ford hatches that are all pretty much useless. But
Well, you picked
They're
your,
fun.
Where Ford was, let's just say, struggle bussing. Like that's
Yeah.
not the best time for American cars.
no.
Now, I would say right now might be the best time for American cars. Almost all of them. are
Yeah.
good.
Quality's
Dude,
gone up a
that
lot.
Fiesta ST, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Festiva though really made me go, "Whoa, what's that? I haven't seen that before." And then it broke that day, and I was like, "Wow,
It did break that day. Yeah, we put what was it, like Mark II Golf coilovers on it, and they just it
I
was
will
not
say your
good.
guys' autocross course is legit. It's super simple.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, if anybody wants to come do like super cheap autocross events, it's like $20 for your first time with us. It's in Clemson.
Okay.
It's on the
What?
phone. So
university campus.
okay,
Aw,
so
I wish I lived in
somebody said-
Georgia.
Gabriel said, "The 350Z with twin turbos and get 6 of those." I will tell you, that is not possible without dumping $15,000. I have reviewed 3 Zs, all with the twin turbo kit, which one starts usually around $8,000, and that gets you around 400 wheel horsepower.
Yep.
And then because we knew Dave, remember Dave, Dave and Amber, James.
Yeah, he
Amber
just
had
sold
that.
it recently, and I cried.
He had the Z with so much money in it. It still only made like 500, and
Good
And then-
God.
Paige Baker just sold hers.
I know. Did you see
The
that?
blue
So
one?
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Poor
Aw.
thing. But
That's-
Paige Baker.
For a
Watch
good
it
reason.
one day.
It's for a good reason, but
She's for her kids. But yeah, the twin turbo Z I reviewed 2 years ago. got sold, unfortunately.
Just
But
LS swap them.
That was a
Make more
pretty
power.
car. That car in person, that was a pretty car.
yeah. Justin saw the 240 in Dallas on the trailer. That's funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird feeling knowing my car was somewhere like that I'm not.
That's actually the
So
first time
strange.
that someone says, "Hey, I saw your car in a certain place that you're not," and it actually might actually happen. Instead of like, "Hey, I saw a grab blue car in Ontario," and it's like, not there.
I got an email one time from somebody from Norway, and they're like, "Dude, are you in Norway? I saw a grabber blue Mustang." I'm like, "Totally, I'm totally there right now."
Oh my god.
But that means that they're just excited, and that means
Yeah.
so
It is bad. I mean, I
grabber.
know where you are, and like even when I see him here in Tampa, I'm like, "Oh, David! Oh, damn it! No, it's not."
I remember the first time we really hung out, James, was you were about to go back on deployment, and we went driving through the Monitor to Merrimack tunnel, and we got stuck in traffic, and you're in Jasmine. It was like, yeah, and you revved in the tunnel, and you're like, that was sweet, and then I revved in the tunnel, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, dude, man, your memory is great. My memory is going down the drain, but
The
holy
reason I remember
crud.
that is because you took that epic picture on the roof. on top of a residential home to get a picture of all our cars, and it was like a bird's eye view.
Their roofs were like this steep. It was so bad.
Oh man.
Okay,
Man, what
so
year was that? That was
2013, I believe. Or
Cool.
12.
crud.
One
Wow.
of the two. Because
Oh, wow.
I met. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of people know this story, and then we'll probably end in probably 15 minutes. But in a nutshell, the way I met James is the weirdest way. So I went to a car meet, 2012, Virginia Beach. I get told by somebody who challenged me to race, which I did. And then afterwards, they said, hey, listen, you should go to Cars and Coffee in Virginia Beach. You've never been. I know, because I'm there every time. I'm like, okay. So I wake up in the morning, my alarm goes off, and I'm like, oh my God, it is so early, but I'm going to go anyway. So I go, pull up, and next to me is a Boss 302, and I'm like, oh, sick, I can talk right now. And, excuse me, and this kid pulls in, swerving, and he had a Plasti Dip 350Z. And he pulls in.
Oh man.
Freaking gas. It's freaking my friend, one of my best friends I've ever had, Brandon Gazzanigo. And apparently he had a really long night of drinking before that. And so he was hungover. And he was like, hey bro, how you doing? How's everything going? I'm like, who are you? He goes, I'm Brandon. He's like, who's this dude? And I'm like, wow, nice to meet you, Brandon. He goes, you getting breakfast later? I'm like, yeah. So we talking about his Plasti Dip roof because I just finished the tutorial on doing Plasti Dip. So I did that and I met him, and then he's like, so we got to stop by some dude's house and I got to feed their dog. I'm like, okay. So I go to the first day. I don't know this guy. I go to breakfast with this friend group. Then I go straight to a house where I walk in, and he goes, yeah, by the way, this isn't my house. I'm like, what? So after that, I opened the garage door, and Jasmine was right there.
Why
So
do I
James-
feel like that was like an intro to Making a Murderer? Like,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that sounds
It was wild. But yeah, he was like, yeah, that's Jasmine. That's a crazy Evo, blah, blah, blah. But he's out in the sand pit somewhere, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this story until what, like two years later?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, hey, by the way, hey, do you know that I met your car before you?
Yeah, I met your
Nope.
dog before you. I had Hershey pie there before you. Yeah, it was a wild time. There's cool. Adam says, how many of your vehicles are broken? 240, the Blue JZ is, and I kind of sort of fixed the Mustang's taillight issue. I had a taillight issue.
What
But,
taillight issue?
It's he's
oh.
popping fuses
It's popping a fuse.
Oh, that same thing that you've been having happen.
for like months now.
Good Lord.
Hey, David, mark the calendar. I'm officially down to one broken car out of all of them.
Oh, wow.
Oh dang!
That hasn't happened in I don't know how long.
Wow.
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 Wilson, wow.
Yeah. Let me take Jasmine out tomorrow, and I'll change that though.
David, can you help me shamelessly plug myself and share
Oh
my
my
YouTube
God.
channel link?
Alan came in looking like a Super Smash Brothers like locked character.
Unlocked.
Dane, you said, why don't I drive the 240? It's because it was 3,000 miles away back in Vegas, unfortunately.
That's hard to drive a car with 3,000 miles away.
Hey, James.
Yes, sir.
S15.
Which one?
S15.
Wait, yeah, which one?
Oh, there she is. Oh,
GT
yeah.
450, because it's the most fun to drive.
It's terrible, man.
That's what I heard.
And Alan was so stoked to work on this car. And then
I was. Look at that. Look at that discoloration.
Man,
Oh man, did he tighten them too much?
Yeah, clearances were way too tight. It was a 500-mile motor that completely
dang,
killed
son.
itself.
Oh.
It killed itself every mile of the way.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's a sad day.
it was. It was a really sad day. I really like this car.
That happened to actually that happened on one of the STI motors. It shit itself, or whoops, I don't know if I can say that. It blew
Oh,
up
no
within
way.
like
An
500
STI.
miles because we put too much RTV on the oil pan and it got into the pickup and killed that motor.
Whoops, holy beep.
Yeah.
It's really tragic, man. Like, such a beautiful car. And Ron was so excited about it. He's like, bro,
I
this
know.
is the one. I'm like, it's not the one.
I felt
Yeah.
so bad because Ron told me he called me. I remember the day that he called me. He was like, "Hey man, there's an S15 out here that he's thinking about trading me for the Skyline." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, do it, do it."
Encouraging
And,
this.
and here she is, man. She's torn apart in my garage right now. And
And Ron told you I was gonna buy that entire motor, like the entire motor, the whole setup, right?
no, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, because the guy he traded for this 15, that's a buddy of mine, and
Okay.
I was
Damien.
talking with him because he wanted to do Damien. He wanted to do like some V8 swap in it. So I was like, him and I were talking about me buying his entire setup, and I was just gonna drop into my S15. And then Ron started talking to him, and then got the whole deal. So then I was like, oh, you know what? You're taking my motor, and I'm perfectly fine. So Ron can have it.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
Let me
I
just
mean,
get. Is this Ron's car?
Yeah.
this is Ron's car.
You
this
have
is
another
the fourth
of
gray market car
Ron's
he's had in a year.
car. This is another of Ron's car in your shop. I love you, Ron. What are you
It's all the
doing?
way up now.
Oh.
It is all the way up.
Well, the
Oh.
Supra popped a shim. Actually, it did the same thing that Modest's car did. It popped the shim out the bucket.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Of course.
and had to pull the head off of that. So
God dang. Oh, well, Alan hasn't even told you about our next car we're building together.
what's that?
I said we haven't really told them about the next car that we're building together.
Oh,
You sound excited.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah. Good luck.
the am I picking up what you're putting down?
Oh no, we're putting the motor in.
Oh,
That
that one.
Yeah, that one.
dude,
Yeah.
I've got another Rotary you can have.
No, I mean, I don't know what I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, like, can I put it on my lawnmower? That'd be sweet.
Dude, that would be
Man,
awesome. We should do
I
a
think we
video
should
about
just-
a Rotary lawnmower.
We should just pull one apart and just clean it up really well and spray a real thick coat of clear coat on it and put a piece of glass over it.
There you go.
And,
Yup.
We could
Yeah.
do that. That could work.
I think that'd be a pretty sweet table.
That would be a cool table. I want that table.
That's so terrible.
Alan, do you think for the drift coop our next step is to try and fit that damn thing in there?
It's gonna, yeah. It's that is the next step before
Pull
anything.
that trans
It's-
off real quick.
When's
Yep.
it going in there? That's the
Oh,
question.
I don't know.
That's the big question mark.
I don't know. You know, I'm.
Yeah.
Dude, Alan, you know, the moment you're like, I feel like doing this, I would be there in like 5 seconds.
I know. I'm definitely pre-gaming. I'm amping myself up to the point that where I'm gonna have the patience to just keep pushing into it and getting it right.
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys put your Christmas stuff up yet?
No.
Mine's up. Check that out.
Hey, there you go. There you go. This was thanks to my girlfriend Christina.
Oh,
Same with mine.
Yeah, I put
Same with mine.
no effort into this, unfortunately. I was always so busy. So
I got my tree and did a burnout and got
There
a
you go.
ticket. That's all I did.
hey, David. So
Go ahead.
so I was thinking about if we can find some property and we can get a bunch of dried up trees and just stack them in a circle of about 10 and light it up. I think that would be a really good video.
Giant bonfire.
Oh, dude, it would be massive because I lit one last year on New Year's and it was about 20 foot high.
Dude, we do that a lot. When I go down to Charleston, my parents' house, every time that happens, so much fun.
All
They
right.
they go up quick.
So we're gonna start closing out. Anybody got anything they want to talk about before we go?
Yeah, I want to update. Like, so everyone knows Jasmine. She's about to get a whole lot more here soon. Super is finally close to being done. The S15 is about to get a lot of love. I'm missing one. What am I missing? Brianna's car, all done. We're putting for the YouTube channel, Modest Racing. If anyone wants to look at it, her tune video is going to be up. And we also got all the stuff for Instagram, Facebook, and modesttachracing.com. So we got all that stuff going on.
Well, Blue might get boost next year, so that might be something.
Oh, you might
We'll
do
see. We might see. I don't know. I'm getting long tooth
Yes,
headers
sir.
now, so yeah. People always like, boost your car, man. I'm like, maybe.
But yeah, you used to be like, nah, and you're like, I mean, I guess.
Like, I can do
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty. There's like nothing else really much else to
Wait.
do, so I'm like, I could buy a new car,
Hold on.
or I could
Before
get
you
fast
finish,
AF.
is it because you got promoted?
Hey,
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 that's what's up.
more money, man. Whatever, it's fine.
It's like, this is fishy. He went from nah, never do it to, oh look, I'm staff now, staff sergeant. I can do that.
I didn't say any of that, but you know what? Maybe that might have a factor or two into it.
All right, guys, we're gonna end now. Thank you all for coming by. Appreciate everybody's time. Thank you guys for showing up on such short notice. Seriously.
Thanks, man. Dude, this was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I had a really good time, and I'll see everybody tomorrow for tomorrow's video. And by the way, I know my notifications work about exactly half the time. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
There you go.
There. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I'll see everybody there, and have a great freaking day. Later.
See y'all, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.